Big changes have happened, viewers. We're kind of stuck together by plasters as well. You'll see what we mean. Roll the intro and let's get into it. What I mean by we're held together by plasters is, viewers, we've had 4 new arrivals at the club, but only 1 permanent arrival, which means we've had another 3 loan players in. And the first of those loan players is Stephen Humphreys. He's come on loan from Nottingham Forest, £9,000 a week on loan until the end of the season. Finishing of 18 really stood out for me, and he's got good composure as well and can accelerate away from defenders. 2 games so far, one start, 1 appearance off the bench. Only has given him a 6.75, but I think he adds a lot more depth and just something a little bit different to the squad, and I hope that at 20 years old he can have an impactful season here. Another loan signing, this time from Arsenal, is Nick Grant, who's come in the centre of midfield. 19 years of age, again a free loan signing. We're paying nothing until the end of the season. 3.5-star, potential 4, maybe even 5. These physicals really blew me away when I saw them. 18 balance, 16 stamina, he's 6'6" as well, can pass a ball, got good tackling, really good technique, works hard for his team with the work rate and teamwork of 19 apiece. I think Nick Grant could be an unbelievable player for us this season. Finding his feet a little bit, he's played 3 games so far with an average rating of 6.97, but if he can carry on developing here and just using his attributes to the best of his advantage, he will become a really big player for us. He's back, that's right, Sebetsenko is back at the club. Jack Ross has been sacked from Sheffield United, which means we can go get players from them again. Another midfielder in, you'll see why we've done this in a minute. We all know what Sebetsenko is about, and I'm really happy he is back. He has been injured since he signed, but he is now back fully fit and could make his debut today against Burnley. And the final signing of the transfer window was our final midfielder. He's come on transfer deadline day. It was a bit of a panic buy. We spent £1.6 million on him from Clermont over in France. But this is Lionel Sumanu. Really good technique, can pass a ball as well. Good decision maker, really good first touch, can dribble with it. I think Lionel here could do really, really good well. He signed a 4-year deal on £10,250 a week. Is an expensive deal, but he's already worth 4.1 million, and at 22 years of age, I can only see him improving our team. And this is why we signed all the midfielders, viewers. Julio Cardozo has unfortunately left the club. £19.5 million. His release fee was activated by Birmingham. We tried to keep hold of him, but it was on deadline day, which is why I've had to bring Lionel in just as another backup. But going to miss Cardozo so much here. 27 goals in 95 games. His presence in this team will be missed, but I'm confident within the new signs that we will be able to cover him. Can't thank Julio enough for what he has done for this club and has really propelled us up the league. And who knows, one day later in the series, we may be able to bring him back. And that was it then, viewers. That's all the transfer business done for the summer. We played 8 games in all competitions since we last met. We started off with a 1-1 draw against Ipswich, where we scored in the 88th minute, but Ipswich once again coming back to bite us in the 93rd minute, and we drew 1-1, with a mistake coming from Patton, who started in goal in this game. After that, a disappointing loss to Peterborough, so in the first 3 games out of 9 points, we picked up 2, and then we really kicked on from there. We beat Plymouth in the Carabao Cup 2-0, with goals coming from Humphreys and De Jonge. After our 3rd away game in a row with a 2-1 win on the road against Swansea, with Cardozo scoring his final goal for the club, and Sabrosa, who I predicted would be the backup, has found his goal scoring form as well for us. Our 4th game in a row on the road came against Bristol City with another 2-1 victory, Sabrosa getting on the score sheet again and De Jonge. And then our 5th and final away game in a row in all competitions is a 4-2 victory against Millwall in the Carabao Cup, Sabrosa getting his 3rd goal in as many games. Ian scoring, Sweet getting a goal as well, and Zach Medley scoring in a 4-2 victory in a game where we were 1-0 down after the first minute. And after this, we returned to Roots Hall and won 3-2 in what is actually Julio Cardozo's final goal for the club. He scored alongside Sabrosa, who got another one for us, and Malfrin, who scored in the 90th minute to get all 3 points. Ironically, Cardozo's last goal came for us against his new team. As I said, really going to miss Cardozo here, but I'm really happy that Sabrosa has found his shooting boots. And then after that, we've crashed back down to earth with a 3-1 loss at home to Charlton, who have just been recently relegated from the Premier League. James Sweet getting our goal after being 3-0 down. And those results then see us sitting in 10th in the table at the moment. 7 games played, winning 3, drawing 2, losing 2, with equal goal difference currently on 11 points. We are 2 points behind today's opponents, Burnley, and hopefully if we can win, we'll jump up to 14 points and we can overtake them. And looking at other results, maybe go into these playoffs and really starting to set down a marker for this league. So let's go have a look at the starting 11 for this Burnley game, and you can see some of the new signings in action. And here we are then, the starting 11 is Krellin in goal, a back four of Sanchez, Medley, Marshall and May. Treble M is once again there. Osamanu and Grant in the middle with Malfoy on the left, Sweet in behind Sabroso leads in line, and Ian is on the right hand side. Looking for another 3 points today. It is going to be a tough challenge against Burnley today, as they have been recently relegated. But one, I'm confident if we can pick up a point, I will be delighted. Here we are then. Turf Moor is the opposition for today, the ground for today's game. And the first time it comes to Burnley within the first 5 minutes, they're going to be a strong side. I'm under no doubt about that after being recently relegated. Have a lot more money than us. Oh, and that's a great save by Krellin in goal to keep it 0-0. But the Burnley corner, will they whip this ball in? Burak takes it for them. Let's have a look. We do head it. Oh, and it's just Burnley just get there ahead of the defender, and it is headed over the bar. But thankfully, we are still 0-0. Blackburn take an early lead. That means that they will go above us, I think. Oh, as Burnley come in and score 1-0, Thiago Paulino has found the back of the net for Burnley. They've been knocking at the door ever since the kicking off this game, and 12 minutes in, they've found the back of the net in a bit of a disappointing goal to concede there. He's got in between two of the defenders. That's really, really poor from May and Grant, who have both not covered themselves in glory. But this is our first highlight. Ian with the corner whips it in. Oh, and it's headed away. He's aiming for Sabroso, who's just not got there, but it's come back to Ian. Ball across, and Nick Grant makes up for his mistake and gets in his first goal of the season, his first goal for Southend. He's made up for that little mistake at the back this time and towers with that 6'6" frame of his into the back post, where the ball was just floating from the cross from Ian. Arsenal to Arsenal, and there we go. The ball is in the back of the net. Look at that, 6'6", unmarked, and it is in at the far post. 15 minutes in, we are back on level terms here. That Blackburn result will see them go above us, so we need to concentrate on our own game. Sanchez into Malfoy, and good ball to Sabroso on this left-hand side. What will he do? Brings it back to Nick Grant, the goal scorer, into Sabroso again. Osamanu, that's the first thing we've seen him do. Finds Sanchez overlapping. Will he take it to the byline? He does. Ball in, Sweet, and it's just headed away. Nick Grant picks it up again, though. Gets a low ball in, and it's just cleared away by Burnley. And now it's our turn to knock at the door. Medley puts in a weak challenge, and Burnley come forward on the counter-attack and score, and it's 2-1. We were just knocking at the door then, and we have managed to concede from the counter-attack. Zach Medley with a really, really poor tackle here. I mean, he's tried to trip him and buy a foul, but that's really, really poor from us there to let Burnley in so easy. One long ball has done us over, and we are back behind, and that is a really disappointing goal to concede after such promise after scoring. Sanchez now with the long throw-in, looking, and it's just come out to Henderson, who in the Burnley goal, who comes out and collects it nice and neatly under no pressure whatsoever. Half an hour gone now, and it clears down the pitch. Marshall heads it into Lionel, but it's cleared, and Burnley win it back. Paulino on this left-hand side now with Castrari. He's had a go, and he's right off the post, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Two short options for Krellin. What will he do? Finds Marshall now. Brings it out of the defence, his 6'6" frame as well. And he's just tried the long ball, and it's headed away by Burnley. They come back up the other end of the pitch, and that's a great save by Krellin to turn it out for a corner. Burnley again on the counter, trying to catch us out, but thankfully Krellin was equal to that shot. Then Berkak, and it's headed away by Marshall this time. And we need to just get a foothold in this game after looking so good after scoring. We're just struggling a little bit. Nothing really to note at the moment though. 5 minutes before half time. We've had 3 shots, 3 on target, which is good to see, but I think Burnley have been the better team here as they go close once again, but thankfully the ball goes over. The game is there for the taking, and we need to get that across to the boys at half time. We'll get those fingers pointing. We'll do it with assertion. Assertively? Assertively. It wasn't good enough. We know they're capable of better, but Burnley are one of the stronger teams in this league, so maybe I do need to be a little bit more sympathetic towards them, but sometimes just laying down that marker for them can help them and just set them up nicely for this second half, which we are 10 minutes into now, and we've had no highlights whatsoever. We've still not had a shot either. We've still on 3 and 3 shots on target, which is a good ratio. Want obviously every shot being on target, but we need to just find the back of the net again and at least get some shots off to show that we are trying this second half. The first half comes in the 67th minute. Nick Grant has already picked up a booking. It looks like he's going to be sent off here and is. Oh, and things have just gone from bad to worse for us. That's made it so much more difficult now. We'll bring Sweet back into the middle and we'll leave it at that with a 4-2-2-1. We'll go something like that. Nick Grant, he was at the mistake for the first goal, got us a goal back, and now he's been sent off. It's not been the best of appearances for him today. Medley with the ball from Krellin, looking in the middle, and Lionel just stands there expecting the ball to him, doesn't look over his shoulder, sees Willock, and Berak scores, and that is it. Game done. Oh, that is very, very poor in the middle of the park to not look and just see the ball. I mean, what is he thinking there? Willock has just nipped in, got the ball on the counter once again, catches it out, Berak with a good touch, and there it is, past Krellin in goal, and we have not covered ourselves in glory, and that is a really, really disappointing goal to concede. Malfrin with a 5.9, which is uncharacteristic of him. We are going to have to make some changes now. Sabrosa with a 6.3, we'll bring him off. Keenan Riches, the youngster, will come on for Malfrin, and Calvin Warren, who's got a good career ahead of him, is potentially a 5-star player. We will look at him in the next episode. Comes on that right hand side for his debut. Harsh to pick him, to throw him on in this game, but I think some game time will do him some good. And we have changed that front three. And if they can make sort of set their marker down, why can't they come in and make a difference for us? Krellin with a 7.2, which is interesting to say he's conceded 3 goals today. May with the ball at his feet, back to Krellin, who will be our player of the match. Ball down, but won't be the man of the match overall. Cresswell for Burnley now finds Willock coming down for Gauthier, who's cutting inside, and Krellin holds the ball and clutches it to his chest once again. And a late highlight, 3 minutes of added time to go. Paulinho, and it's just come down. May picks it up into Sweet. Now we are looking at building long ball, but nobody's there, and it just finds its way to Henderson's feet from the long ball from James Sweet. And Burnley look to come forward once again. Burak into Willock. What will he do? The 10 men are really affecting us now. And Willock straight into Krellin's chest. And he holds on to that. And this is maybe just a little bit of a warning shot from the bigger teams to show that we maybe aren't just up there with them. We didn't even have a single shot in the second half, which is very, very disappointing. We'll point the finger and tell the boys that we're not happy with that, because we're not. The second half was absolutely abysmal. I know we went down to 10 men, but to not have a shot while we were still at 11 men is unforgivable. And that sees us drop down to 12th in the table, and we are now 5 points outside of those playoff places. And after a poor start to September then, viewers, which sees us lose 2 games on the bounce against the newly relegated teams, we will be back tomorrow against the final newly relegated team, Newcastle United, where we will travel up to St James's Park and hopefully see if we can pick up any points there. St Maximin is already doubtful for the game, so that just tells me the type of players that Newcastle have at the club still. And we will leave it there for today, viewers. Thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more content. It goes such a long way to a small channel like mine. Share the video around to your friends as well if you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you again for more next time.